and welcome to episode 10 of the Shigutocast. I'm your host, Beast. Alongside us, as always, is Tobe, and today we're joined by the owner of NK Studios, developer of the game Guesty, Crimsonforce. Welcome to the show, dude. What's up?
Hey, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Tobe, do we have Shiguto news today, or?
No, never.
Okay, never again.
That's so
We did that
sad.
like twice. Never again.
This
All
is
right.
so sad.
Well, how did you find your way onto the platform that is Roblox?
Oh
Give us
god.
the
So
Crimson Force lore.
the Crimsonforce lore.
Yeah.
So it all started when I was in fourth grade. I was 9 years old, I believe. And I had a friend back then who's like, "Yo, dude, you should check out this game. You can blow up stuff in this game." And I was like, "Okay, that's pretty cool." So I downloaded Roblox and yeah, that was in September of 2010. That was like 4 days before my 10th birthday or something like that. Like, I basically went to this game. I didn't know anything. I played my own game for like hours, and I just kept inserting free models into it. And just, at first I thought that like all the free models were just like in my own inventory, and that I could just like use them on the entire site whenever I wanted to. But I basically filled the entire thing. Just thought I was like adding to my collection or whatever. But once I did get to blowing stuff up, it was a pretty great experience.
Oh yeah.
Dude, basically put everything in there and then blew it all up. So
That's pretty lit. You started off the blocks with development on your mind, bro.
pretty much, just like I guess I was just in Roblox Studio when I first played it, because I just vividly remember playing my own game at first. Like that's the first thing I ever did, and it was the Happy Home in Robloxia. And I just walked around the entire map, putting down free model on every piece of the road, and then and eventually I put in a rocket launcher, and that's how I blew it all up.
And that's how you fell in love with Roblox.
Pretty much, yeah.
So speaking of playing your own game, Guesty. We talked about a little bit about it before, but how many hours have you sunk into Guesty?
Oh god, probably hundreds of hours. I probably played that game for so much, especially like when the first chapter came out. Like, even before the first chapter came out, I tested that for so many hours every single day. I just wanted to make sure that there's like, I don't know, as few glitches as possible, and like, yeah, I mean, after a while, it got sort of tedious because like playing the same game over and over, especially when it's your own game, I would say, because when you make a game, you notice all the flaws more than anybody else does, I'd say. So
Yeah.
like playing it over and over like that, I sort of got a little bit tired of it in a way. I still enjoy it, and I love how there's a ton of people that still enjoy it. But me personally, I don't play it as much anymore. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I played it a little while, like before we started recording, and it was pretty good. I honestly, like, genuinely, I had fun. I haven't had fun playing a Roblox game in a little while, so that's
I
props to
appreciate
you,
that.
man.
I mean,
That's
well,
high praise.
I can't
Yeah.
say that it's like all me at all, because it's like it would be basically nothing without Nahid and Jadel. Like they Nahid's the co-owner of NK Studio, and he does all the story aspects. He basically handles the gameplay for every single chapter. Judel builds all the chapters, except we had our friend FaZe. He built a couple of them as well. But like without everybody, like this would have been nothing. So I'm super thankful for all of them.
Yeah, teamwork, man. It's important.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, I didn't have a chance to check it out, but when you say chapters, does that mean like every new one is like you completely wipe the story?
No. So it's like it's. I mean, have you played Piggy?
No, I don't play a lot of games.
Oh,
It's okay. It's okay.
goddamn.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really play very many Roblox games either. But because like Piggy was like such a huge sensation, it still is. But like it's basically it's a round-based game where there's like story involved, and you gotta complete like puzzles to escape the facility that you're locked in with a monster. And it's basically like all these piggy genre games are the players vote for what chapter they're gonna play, and they get to see the story and the ending if they
Oh,
escape and stuff like that. So that's how that works.
You see.
okay. So what's your recommended chapter then for new players?
Well, I mean, it goes chapters 1 through 5 so far. So I highly recommend chapter 1 if you're a brand new player to the game. And I recommend just playing them through one by one because I think the story that Nahid made is like getting really, really good, and I think everyone's gonna start enjoying it.
Oh, they're not self-contained, like they kind of weave into each other?
Yeah, so each chapter, like it's basically all contributing toward one whole story. So we come out with a chapter every few weeks, and it basically just contributes onto the last chapter.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool,
But
honestly.
each chapter has its beginning, and then after you watch the intro, you play through the like actual gameplay phase of it, which is
Mhm.
where you're actually trying to escape. And if you escape, then you get the ending and you get the badge for completing that chapter as well.
Yeah, the gameplay itself reminds me of Dead by Daylight, if
Oh
anybody knows
yeah.
that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't played Dead by Daylight, but like I've had a lot of like my real life friends play Guesty, and that's what they say it reminds them of as well. So
Yeah. Oh, it's like you're running from a monster that the player can choose, and I mean, maybe you can make a case. Maybe they stole your game, bro.
yeah, maybe. Definitely not the other way around.
Yeah, totally not, totally not. No,
Yeah.
but, um, you've got, like, what, 34 million visits?
Yeah,
Um
I believe as of today we got 34 million, yeah.
Yeah, and, playing today, I saw, like, 2,000 people playing. I don't know how many concurrent people you've got playing your game. How do you market your game? Like, how do you get it out there? Is it just, word of mouth or
So at first, it was mainly like YouTubers, like the content from YouTube videos. I
Mhm,
think I would attribute like the initial success to Fancy Smash and Flamingo. They
mm,
pretty much like I know Fancy Smash he had been hyping it up for a few weeks because he reached out to us like as soon as we announced this game, and he was like, "Yo, you guys got any like sneak peeks or whatever? Like I could like like it'd be like a cool thing to like make some
yeah, dude.
videos about this new game that's coming out because it seems like pretty hype or whatever." So he made a few videos and it got people like really excited for that. And then we also had Flamingo. He made a video on the first chapter on the day it came out, and that pretty much like, well, it was a mix between that and Creekcraft Stream, which came out around the same exact time, and that's when we hit
Mhm.
like I believe it was like 13,000 concurrent players, which is
Holy
like
cow.
that was like a surreal feeling for me. Like I've
Yeah.
never like before that I'd had the maximum amount of players that I've had at a game was a little bit over 1,000, and then that was like the most surreal feeling ever to have that many players. One
Mhm.
of the things that I've helped create. So
Yeah, dude, that's insane. Holy cow.
yeah,
That
it
that's
was
a
like
lot of that's a lot of people, man.
it's like it was probably like the craziest moment of my life. And I mean, I definitely don't want to stop there. Like 13,000 is great, but I think I'm gonna keep making games. Like NK Studio as a whole is gonna keep making games. We're gonna
Mhm.
try and get even better than that.
So, are you guys gonna continue down the, like, the horror story game kind of vibe that Guesty's got going on? If you're making a separate game, or are you branching out, doing new things? Like
So I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but NK Studio is also behind Horror Portals.
Mhm,
This was mainly Nahid's work. So what happened was he had made Horror Portals. He had made chapters 1 and 2 before I even started working with him. I started well, they're not really called chapters, but they're basically in order. But
mhm,
I helped him with the third expansion of it. That's the time that I started working with him. And so we're planning to make a fourth horror portals at least. We're gonna make multiple more, I believe. But I know for sure we have, and we're in production of one more.
Mhm.
And then we also have like a ton of other game ideas that we want to do as well. We don't want to just stick to horror games.
Yeah.
Like I think we can do so much more than just that. However, I do love like the interactiveness that horror games give like players and YouTubers. Like I love seeing the reactions of people, and
Oh yeah.
I love the reactions
Oh
of
yeah.
people like when they read, well, not read, but when they go through Nahid's story. So I think he has a really good way of just like connecting all these different aspects of the story that he's creating, and everybody just has such insane reactions to that, and I love that. And I think
Yeah.
if we're to continue making story games, then that would do like really well. But we also don't want to stay limited to that.
I feel you. So, on the topic of horror games, do you play horror games often?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Actually,
Really?
I don't play horror games at all.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So
I play them every once in a while, but like, I don't know. I got this thing where I hate getting chased. I'm like
oh
a
yeah. Oh, same here.
20-something-year-old man, you know, and I like
Oh
just
dude.
playing video game, like literally playing Guesty. I was getting chased around. I was
Dude,
like, no,
I get
no,
so
Word.
dude. I
scared.
was screaming. I was getting into it, man. It's freaky. It's
Yeah, so
fun though.
Yeah.
before I met Nahid, I don't think I'd ever played a horror game in my entire life. Like maybe I tried one, but like I
Mm.
left it for like 30 seconds or something. Like I do
Yeah.
not play horror games. I typically do not even enjoy horror games. But I think the way that we created like horror portals and Guesty, I think that like I don't know, I kind of enjoyed that. But yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
you. I feel
I feel like to actually enjoy a horror game, you either need to be like streaming or at a party or something.
yeah, with
Like just the
somebody
idea of you
else.
sitting there by
True.
yourself, just like,
You can't do it alone.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, what are you doing?
yeah, I've been in Discord calls with some friends who like they'd stream like playing through horror games, and that's a pretty insane experience. It's pretty fun though, at least to
Oh
be the
yeah.
one watching the stream and not being the
Yeah,
one
you're not
that's
the
actually
one
playing
playing.
it. Yeah, this sounds not as bad because I just mute the stream.
Dude, that's
So
pro players. You're playing 40 chess out here, man.
Exactly. I gotta survive somehow.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So, you're good friends with Ciolo Studios? Oh man, I butchered
Seola?
that.
So,
Ciolo? The Korean
so I'm gonna be
sunset studio.
honest.
Or Moonrise or whatever it's
Yeah,
called. Yeah.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
I don't know how to pronounce their studio either, but like I'm pretty good friends with Ben.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked to
Mark or
the other
Julian?
few yeah, so I haven't really talked to them as much. But I met Ben like last November, maybe December.
Mhm.
But we met we met in a random Discord server for a game. That have you heard of Kira Draws?
I don't
Oh
think I
yeah.
have. Oh, you have Toe?
Yeah, she's an artist, right?
Yeah. So we both knew her, and so I had joined that Discord because she was making like a library game, and so like it was in like the really early stages of it. Like there were probably less than like 20 people in the Discord server, but for some reason Ben and I were both in there, and we started talking, and then he realized that I worked with Nahid because he had heard of horror portals before. Because I mean back then like around like September to November, like horror portals was like a pretty big thing.
Mhm.
So he had heard of that, and then that's when like we started talking, and yeah, that's kind of how we met.
You guys have any
Mm.
plans about working with one another?
So we haven't. I don't think we've like really discussed it with each other yet, but it would be insanely cool to be able to work with him. Like,
Yeah.
he lives pretty close by me too. Like we've actually met up, and
Oh.
it'd be a really cool thing to just like work with him because I know he's a really talented game designer as well. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Oh
their
yeah.
entire
Great.
studio is.
Oh, yeah. Ben, Mark, Julian,
Yeah.
if you're watching this. He's one of our Shiguto members. He's a cool guy. I love Awai.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, like they're all crazy, crazy good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
you got to inject a horror story into a mine shaft or whatever it's called.
yeah, you gotta inject a horror story into Mineshaft.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it's like back in November is when we released the third story of Horror Portals, which is Holmes Hospital.
Mhm.
Um, I know Ben was working on. Well, I think their whole studio was working on another horror game because Ben was into story games back then as well. And I mean, he might still be. I'm not sure, but he was making a horror game about a hospital. And but once Nahid had announced Holmes Hospital, unfortunately Ben stopped production on that. But Ben had a trailer video on his YouTube channel. I think he's since
Mhm.
taken it down, but that game looked so cool. He did such a good job on that, and I'm kind of sad that he ended up not coming out with that because it was like such a good start and it seemed really exciting. I think it would have done really well. Um, but yeah,
So, I guess if you've linked up with, was it you said Mark or Ben?
He's linked up with
with Ben,
Ben.
Or Ben,
yeah.
right? So I guess like California is kind of a hotspot for developers, right? So like, have you had a chance to link up with anyone else?
Um, Unfortunately not. Like, I mean, there might be like some devs that I've met that also live near me that I just like I'm not sure. Like I just don't know where they live. But Ben's pretty much like the only developer that I've actually met up with in person so far.
Okay. Yeah, California is kind of
Yeah,
huge, isn't it?
California's
Yeah.
always popping, dude.
Yeah,
24/7.
pretty much.
Um, so on your Twitter, you like to retweet, Zizzy? Am I saying it correctly?
Yes.
Zizzy? The
She's
emoji like, she's an artist?
yeah. So
Yeah.
she's a YouTuber, like she makes animations and she makes art. Um, she's been like recently making a lot of animations and art for Guesty, and that's
Hmm.
like I don't know. I just find that like so cool. Like I think she has like 200,000 subscribers on her YouTube now.
Yeah.
And uh, also according to her bio, she does all of her drawings like by hand on a cell phone. Like she does it all on a phone. And
What?
I was like so baffled by that. Like, how do you have that much talent when you're literally doing it by hand on a phone? But she made a bunch of emojis for our Discord server, like without us asking too, which like I'm like so grateful for that. But it's just really cool that she would like take interest in guesting like the whole community, and
So
she made a bunch of emojis for even like the moderators in NK Studio Discord.
dude, that's crazy. What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's lit.
Yeah, she's
Let's
awesome.
hope can we get somebody like that here? What do you think?
Shout out to
I want a
Tori,
cowboy
dude.
hat emoji, bro. I want a cowboy hat emoji. But, so she reached out to you?
Yeah, so like without us really doing anything, she sort of started making like I think it started with like fan art on her Twitter,
Mhm.
as well as like making animations for her YouTube channel. And
Yeah.
it was just really cool. Like she would just make some really cool artworks, and then I would see that on my feed, and then I like retweeting some things that are just really really cool that I find really interesting. And
Mhm.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I
That's
see,
that's
I see.
not that's not like too surprising. I could tell you guys had a pretty strong community because the tweet we posted for this episode was like by far the biggest response we've had. It was like
Yeah.
I think it almost hit 100 or something.
Yeah, we 100 likes on
Yeah,
Twitter. It was
our
like at
So
80 something.
yeah.
our community is awesome.
Do you guys have like some sort of team for community management? Like, do you put a lot of thought
Oh,
into that?
dude, our moderators are amazing. You know, Ben is one of our moderators too, by the way. Well, he's an admin technically, but our moderation team, like they're like the most community oriented moderation team I've ever seen. Like they're always in the chat, like always talking to people. They're always setting up events. They're always doing the questions of the day in the channel. Like they're extremely active, and yeah, they just make the community awesome. So
So, my question then is, obviously, you're growing your community, like,
Mhm.
vastly. Um, how how do you guys pick moderators like that? Like, for somebody who's trying to create a community, um, around their game, be it on a Discord or I mean, you're really only making communities on Discord now. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Skype, but that's kind of a meme.
Yeah, that is pretty much a
Amino or
meme.
something.
Or TeamSpeak.
Oh
You know, my
god.
Roblox game community on TeamSpeak. No, but, like, what are
Oh
some tips
yeah.
you have for, what are some tips you have for people that are trying to make their communities and grow them?
So for us, this is like a new Discord server that we made that's like it's sort of like an extension of the Horror Portals Discord that we had.
Mhm,
We brought over some moderators from Horror Portals, and then when Guesty first came out, we actually the admins Carolina and Bree made like these questionnaires, like forms for people to fill out if they wanted to be a moderator. So most of the people that we considered for moderation positions were actually players of Guesty or Horror Portals. I know like multiple of them have been with us for like months, if not like almost a year now. And it mainly starts by them just being really interested in the game and the community in general. And then obviously making sure that the people that you hire are like trustworthy,
mhm.
because obviously that's a that's a big part of it too. But like the people that we have are just like they're like the most genuine people, and it's just really cool how they interact with the community, because it's like it's just an extension of the community basically.
Hey, dude, I just joined your server and I got like 30 welcomes.
Yeah, so did I. Dude, it's 'cause we
Oh
joined at the
yeah.
same time with some other guy.
Yeah, I think we just now hit 4,000 total members like right before this call started. And so like people were like
Hey,
people have been watching the little count, because we added some bot that like counts the amount of members at the top.
Yeah.
And so so people have been like monitoring that, I guess. But yeah, like, usually when people join, like there's people in the community that just welcome them immediately. Like you'll see like 5 people like always welcoming people all day long. It's pretty cool.
oh, shout out to Omnize. We just have one guy who just goes like super hard.
Yeah, dude, I'm
He's in
nice.
there like, dude,
He's
someone joins 5 minutes. He's like,
it's insane. Dude, look in
That's
the
awesome.
terminal chat. I'm nice.
Oh
He's
yeah.
dude,
Oh
people
wow.
people are surprised when I'm nice talks in chat because they're like, "Oh wait, you're not a bot. You're
Dude,
a real person."
I thought he was a bot, I'll be honest, dude.
Yeah,
I
dude.
joined the server, I thought he was a bot. I'm sorry, I'm nice.
Yeah.
I didn't
No.
mean it like that.
I think that's a pretty high compliment. I think.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like
Honestly, though.
I mean, like the profile picture kind of looks like a bot profile picture. Like the message itself looks like it's a custom bot for the Discord server. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude works hard. He's crazy. He's also a developer, but we're not gonna get into that. This isn't about you, guys.
All right.
Um, no, but what are some tips that you have for people who are trying to get into the horror genre? Because you guys pretty much burst onto the scene. Like I don't really know like Nahid's story about I don't know really know his story about how he got up there with horror portals, but like how'd you guys make it? Like what tips do you have? If any.
Basically, my advice: get yourself someone like Nahid and just follow his every move. That's basically it. Basically, I put like all my faith into his stories. Basically, like personally, I feel like I'm nowhere near as creative as he is. Like, obviously, you have to be really creative to make a story game. Like, even to just make a horror game in general, because I believe most horror games at least have some sort of story or lore to it. Um, but as for me, like I just put all my faith into his stories, and I script everything else. Like I did like the crates and the shop and the framework for everything, and just now all he does is he basically just has to keep doing the story, and then fill in all the framework for each chapter. And then just for horror portals in general, like I was mainly like behind the scenes, like I did the data stores and stuff like that. It's mainly like completely him in horror portals. Um, and yeah, it's hard to say like the advice I could give people, because I personally like I'm not really too into horror games except for these ones that I've helped create, obviously.
Mhm.
But it's hard for me to give advice for that, because you have to have a really creative mind, and you have to be really good at capturing the audience. And I think that he does a really good job at that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, even just talking about it, like I only played like one round, I think,
Mhm.
of Guesty. And
Uh-huh.
even just talking about it, I kind of want to play some more. I
Yeah.
sound like a crack addict, but it's true.
Yeah, my favorite part, like by far of like all the games that we've made. I mean, obviously Horror Portals is all story, but like everything that
Mhm.
I've made with him, like my favorite part is the story. So
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty cool.
yeah.
Man, honestly, maybe we should do a second episode with you guys and get him on because I want to talk.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean
Holy
like
cow.
I mean like the dude like I didn't even know him when he made the like first Horror Portals story, but
Mhm.
his first ever Horror Portals story got so much attention from YouTubers, and he just like his fame just grew like right then and there. And Horror Portals became like a well-known thing for like that whole like fall slash winter time. We made a remastered Horror Portals earlier this year that just like combined it all into one game,
Mhm.
just for like simplicity purposes. Um, but yeah.
That's lit. What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Are you
Hell yeah.
guys doing merch or anything like that? Have you thought about doing merch for Guesty?
We're thinking about that. We have started pushing out towards like UGC. And we actually submitted a design for that already. Just waiting for that to get approved before we announce it. But as for if you're talking about like real life merch,
Mhm.
we do want to make real life merch. I'm not sure where to start regarding that, but I really do want to expand to that area. I just
Ooh,
wanted to get a UGC item out first, and continue expanding into UGC. But yeah, I think we definitely want to get like real life merch out. Like it'd be cool to have like shirts, maybe some plushes, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
dude.
Like I think a lot of people would really enjoy that. So I think it'd be really cool to have that. I just have to figure out where to start off with that. So
yeah, it'd be cool to see some guesty merch, like some T-shirts or
Yeah.
something.
yeah,
Legit.
that'd be awesome.
If you were gonna make merch for Guesty, what would you make?
I've come up with like a couple ideas for like shirts. Like I'd want to have like some sort of like simple designs where you could like tell it's the like Guesty face slash head like on a t-shirt, but
Mhm.
something like that. And then I'd also want to get like the NK Studio logo on a shirt. Maybe some various characters that are in Guesty, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then I'd also want to make some plushes because I think that's like really cool. To be able to just like it's sort of it's almost like bringing like the character that you helped create
It's alive.
like virtually, and like yeah, you
Yeah.
make it alive, and that's like I think that's really cool, and I think a lot of people would enjoy that.
Heck yeah, dude. That's what we're doing with Samuka.
Oh hell
Samuka,
yeah.
she's out when, Tobe? Question mark? I'm trying to cuddle with one.
Me too.
Word. Soon, TM.
Soon, TM.
All right,
Every time
understood.
someone brings it up, we're dialing it back.
Yeah.
We're pulling a Gabe Newman.
Word.
Yeah,
Isn't it
makes
Newman?
sense.
Yeah, but thanks for not talking about buying Canada for 15 minutes straight.
Dude, of course, that's what I'm here for, not talking about Canada.
Yeah, dude, you're a G.
Word.
Word.
If that's my one goal in life, I succeeded.
Heck yeah, dude. Who cares about Canada? I don't.
Hey, bro, easy.
Tobe got that Canadian pride bubbling up in his blood right now.
I'm
Hey, I
super
mean,
patriotic.
I'm not even allowed in Canada, so it's okay. Americans aren't allowed anywhere.
Why? Oh yeah. No, actually, there's this thing. Basically, the Canadian government legally has to let us in if we say
Really?
that we're driving to Alaska.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So even though we're not allowed to like go over for any reason,
Just
they
like
legally have to let us through because of like some deal that the U.S. and Canada worked out because of Alaska.
Yeah, just open up your GPS to some random city in Alaska and show them your phone, and then just stop
Yeah,
like 3 miles inside the
exactly.
border.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the plan.
It's genius. Tob, I'm already working out an invasion plan as we speak.
You're gonna like buy Canada after you invade it, or have you not
Well,
figured out that
so
part yet?
I honestly haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about it. I'm thinking about
Makes sense.
selling it to the highest bidder. You know,
I see. Yeah,
maybe
that
like
makes sense.
one of the really big islands in the Arctic Circle that no one cares about.
Yeah,
One of those. But like,
yeah, that'd be awesome. They'd expand so much.
exactly.
The question is, does it become the United States of America or is it the United States of Canada?
No,
The
no.
United. I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
the provinces are renamed to being states. We're
Oh,
gonna
I
give them
see.
American names, and then
New York.
yeah. Montreal's gonna be New Orleans.
Perfect.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, moving on to wrapping it up. If you want to drop your social, like Twitter's, I almost said Facebook. Why would you use a no? Drop
Yeah.
your Twitter, like Roblox group, whatever the heck.
Oh yeah.
Drop whatever you want, bro.
Yeah. Everybody join NK Studio. You get a free rare knife in Guesty by joining. You could follow me at Crimsonforce with an underscore at the very end after the E. You can also follow Jadel and Naheed. Naheed's is at Dr. DM Roblox, and Jadel's is at Jixio Builds, I believe. And yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, thank you for coming on. Seriously, like we gotta have all three of you on sometime.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
And yeah, this has been great too. Thank you guys for having
Yeah,
me.
bro. Thanks for coming on. Seriously.
It is truly an honor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Shigutocast, the premier Roblox podcast.
Hey, it's up and coming, but it's gonna be up there.
Yeah. We're gonna be up there, bro. We're gonna be up there.
Yeah.
So speaking of being up there, we can only get there with your support. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like button and the bell. And share with your friends who also play Roblox. Or not. Share with people who don't play Roblox. I don't really care. Just share it.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Send it to your mom. Send it to your grandma.
Yeah, send it to your grandma. Seriously, she'd love it.
Yeah.
See what
Hi,
she
grandma.
thinks.
Yeah. No, dude. Grandmas love this podcast. I'm so serious. No, but thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Hope to have you on again some other time. So
That'd be awesome. Thank you guys.
yeah, thank you. All right, thanks for listening. Have a good one. And then there we go. That's it.
Nice.